So Cobra is actually shocked from the last chapter where Imu has sat on the throne, knowing how he realized that he asked who he is, knowing of how things could have actually been worse when he recognized the name Imu, the history of the first 20, knowing of how the D is the Mongler of their ancient enemy, which of course in recent times is cropped up more frequently. But however, it's nothing but a faint echo meaning something that could happen, which Queen Lily's grave 800 years ago, which of course many scholars are investigating the void centuries that Robin is actually looking for, by which the Hiddix relics is actually part of what they're looking for, chasing the poneglyphs, and which scatter all over the world. But knowing of how the releasing of poneglyphs is the worst possibility outcome for them, in which the five elders have pulled out their guns, meaning that Cobra have known too much of what he has learned, in which, in truth, he she actually tell about Queen Lily of the House of Nefertari, knowing of how the full name that he won't reveal, but knowing of how the five elders are actually going to reveal his name, which the letter that was sent by Queen Lily, or should I say, signed by Queen Nefertari de Lily, which that is her full name, which she also has the will of D, as an arrow shoot at Cobra and killing him in the process. But Sabo, who overheard the entire conversation using Fire Fist onto Imu, who actually turned into a giant creature, then which we see how the other five creatures could be the five elders' powers as they began to run, knowing that something bad has happened, in which something else have they actually could be trouble. But King Cobra tells Sabo to tell them about them sharing the martyr D, and which we knew that the path that Alabasta must follow, which he remembers the will of D, which during their childhood, Sabo asked Luffy and Ace about the D in their name, which he doesn't want that. But he actually continues to be attacked by Imu, by which we see how he counted on Sabo to live on as he escaped, which King Cobra has died at the hands of Imu. But we see Wapol actually witnessed the death as he actually tries to escape, which he could get ended by him. Meanwhile, we knew how the royal council, knowing of how the other royal members of the families have actually decided to leave, knowing of what they had to go towards now. But in the guest room, we see Vivi being tied up as Jabra and Khalifa, who's in CP0, knowing that her disappearance could be made known, which of course the other members of CP0, which they are the former members of CP9, realized that they actually knew that Shirahoshi was alright. But knowing of how they're going to realize that Walpole have actually burst through the wall as he has taken VB along with him as they are actually getting ready to escape, knowing of how he has witnessed of what has happened. So we knew that he's going to tell Phoebe about her father. So this is actually a shock to everyone when Queen Lily, or should I actually say her real name, Queen Nefertari D. Lily, is actually her full name, which she's now have the will of D. So that could mean that their full names could be Nefertari D. Cobra and Nefertari D. Vivi. That could be other parts with the fact that they've now have the will of D when Sabo came and rescued Cobra. But it is too late as Emu killed him. So Wampa and Phoebe have escaped, knowing that what has happened could be trouble. So this could be a whole story that can actually get out of hand if the news actually turns out. So we're going to see what's going to happen on the next chapter next weekend. So anyway, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment what you think about the manga chapter. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and my Facebook page and Twitch. Until then, this is Anime God 100 here saying signing out. Laters and be safe.